And we're very, very excited to be joined by Hunter Renfrow on a huge day for the entire Renfrow family, man. Congratulations. I was saying before we started rolling, like, what a long, strange trip it's been, but you are not going anywhere. How's it feel?
Feels amazing. I think gratitude is the first thing that pops into my mind. Gratitude to my family, gratitude to former coaches, former teammates, former people who raised me, Raider Nation. Just a whole different level of gratitude, and just so honored to be a part of Raider Nation and to kind of carry the tradition and try to go win as many games as we can, and every single day just trying to get better.
I'm glad you brought up the fans, because the love affair between Hunter Renfrow and Raider Nation is one thing that's just really cool to kind of from the outside looking in, watch. But I'm curious. I was going through the stats earlier when we knew you were coming in, and the numbers have gotten better and better and better each year. I mean, do you come? I know you probably don't sit down and say, hey, I want to improve this, this, and this in terms of the metrics each year. But I imagine that looking back now, having a chance, I imagine today's a day of a bit of reflection to say, hey, man, we've really come a long way in a short amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's just a daily commitment to get better, I would say. I've had a lot of good coaches, a lot of good teammates around me that have pushed me, that have shown me things, that have, taught me things. And, just try to get one thing every day. And, you keep putting little deposits in and, hopefully success finds you along the way.
So we sit here on June 10th, mini camp's done, getting ready to go home and enjoy a nice little well-deserved break before the start of training camp. A sense of relief that the deal is done. We don't have to worry about any business stuff over the next 2, 3, 4 months.
Yeah, absolutely. That was, a big part of it was trying to just get it done. And then, this is a good month to kind of reflect. And, I didn't want to be thinking about contract stuff. I'd rather be thinking about the season and, what we need to do to win games, to, take that next step. And, as we're really just growing, we've been on a journey the last 3 years since I've been here, but with Coach McDaniels and the new staff coming in, kind of brings a different element. So laying the foundation with that and just kind of visualizing the season this next month. So glad to get it done, very thankful and appreciative, but it's going to be a fun month getting ready, this next month getting ready for the season.
Absolutely. And you think about just kind of the business side of this, where the organization invests in you and say, hey, we want you to be here. But in some senses, you invest back in the organization too, saying, hey, I'm committed to being here. I want to be here. What about this place? What about being here in Las Vegas with this organization? Were you thinking about, it's like, for you and your family, this is the spot that you want to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you think about those things, right? You put when you decide if you want to do an extension or you want to play out a year and test the free agency market, you think about, I could be in Minnesota, I could be here, I could be there, I could be, back closer to home in Carolina. I mean, you could be literally all over the country, and with so many different people that you've never met. And the thing that I kept going back to was, I love my teammates, I love Raider Nation, we love Vegas. And so that for me personally was, I felt like God was pushing me back to Vegas, and I'm so glad that we got it done.
You talk about your teammates, and one thing that's been great for me is I got to have a lot of these extension conversations over the past couple of months. Max and Derek and now you. And I mean, it must be nice for you kind of sitting where you are right now to be like, hey, my guys aren't going anywhere. This place is committed to building around this nucleus that has kind of matured and grown over the past couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, the first year I think we were 7-9, then we were 8-8, now we're 10-7. Hopefully we just keep getting better. I think kind of like we talked about earlier, just getting a little better every day, getting better every season, getting better every game. And that's kind of, that's what life's about, just getting better and trying to be a better version of yourself every day. And so, I'm so excited those guys got their deals done because I know they know what it takes to win. And they've proven it, they've shown it. And not only are they great football players, but I believe in them as people, and I do anything for them. And I think when you can do that and you can believe in the people around you, then it makes it easy to come to work and give everything you got.
We talked about today and really the next month being kind of a time of reflection and getting ready for the start of a new campaign. But I was thinking before you're coming in about your draft class in particular and the success that your group has had. I mean, you look at you and AJ and Andre and Max. I mean, it must be kind of fun to be able to go through this journey with that group of guys. And then now after everything, the business stuff over the past couple of months, to be like, hey, we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep building this thing.
It was definitely fun. I was sitting there. It's funny you say that because last night I had AJ Cole and Foster Moreau over at the house, and we were just playing some board games. We were playing Settlers of Catan and just kind of reminiscing on rookie year and kind of our rookie class and that sort of deal. And, we were just for one, we were telling a bunch of stories, but two, like it just reassured me that I've made the right decision. We're back with some of my best friends in the world, and I love those guys. And so to be a part of that class, I know Derek's class was good in 2014, and they kind of set a standard. And hopefully we have a good group that can lay a foundation for years to come.
We talk about, that group of guys and the understanding that, hey, you guys aren't going anywhere and you're committed to doing this thing the right way. Is it exciting now to be like, hey, we've grown a lot together. We've done some incredible things. I know Oakland in 2019 or whatever seems like forever ago, but there's still a lot more in front of us that we can do too.
Yeah, and I'm so excited we got to experience the one thing about that class that I appreciate is we all got to experience Oakland. I mean, that was a special place, and we're glad we're in Vegas now, but to be able to experience that and those fans and that kind of era of football and just the nostalgia around that stadium was awesome.
I think it gives you guys a greater appreciation for the history of this place too.
Yeah, it does. We would never have had that healthy appreciation if we just came and our first year was COVID year, and empty stadium, and we didn't know what Raider Nation was about. So, I love that group, and we've done some good things, but I think we got to take the next step, and we got to really, step into a leadership role and say, this is how we're going to do it. This is what's worked in the past, but also these are the things that's going to help us get to where we need to get to.
I know we've talked a lot about the class, and I know you're up against time, so I'll let you go in a sec. But what's the biggest difference you think between rookie Hunter Renfrow and the Hunter Renfrow that just signed this nice extension?
It's a good question because I really haven't reflected that much on that part of it. I feel in some ways I'm the same player. I feel like I've gotten some more opportunities. I think, I'm very thankful to Coach Gruden and that staff for helping me develop. I'm very thankful for Derek for staying with me for so long. And, I'd run so many bad routes for so long. He's like, keep with it, and let me be a little creative. I think I'm similar in that aspect, but also different, and then just overall knowledge of the game. Every year you play, you get a new appreciation and a new, gratification from just being in the NFL. We're going to year 4, and the average is, 2-3 years playing in the NFL. And so you kind of realize the blessings that you have. And so for me, just be able to go out there and in the off season when it's hot and I'm training, I can just kind of reassure myself that, God has me right where He wants me.
I have a hard time imagining you running a bad route, by the way. I know you started with that. I have a really hard time imagining you running a bad route. But hey, man, last one. Who won that Catan game last night?
Foster took it home. Foster took it home. We were all like one victory point away, and Foster's he's a baller at games like those, so I didn't expect nothing less.
Clutch gene from Foster.
It is.
Well, hey, man, like I said, congratulations. From where we're sitting, it's been so much fun to see you grow, to mature, to become the guy that you are right now. We have the best view in the house for all those incredible routes you run, and congratulations, continued success, and we'll talk with you when you get back for camp, all right?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.